Well, hello, kiddos. We're going to program our Arduino for our police lights and get them working. Your lights should be doing like this, flashing back and forth like police lights. If it works on here and if you did your uh, board correctly by here, um, uh, the light should work. But we have to program the Arduino first. We first have to program the Arduino first, okay? So let's stop the simulator and click on where it says code to this right here. This is the text version of it, but you could have also done it in blocks, and I will show you what the blocks look like. All right. It should have been similar like this, okay? But I'm going to go back to text because that's what we need for Arduino, right? And I messed it up when I did that. I should have saved it. My bad. But we can work from here, or we can go back to code and work from there because it has a delay. And if we ran it right now, it wouldn't work too good because it only shows pin 1. So we'll have to go in here, change pin 7. We'll have to do the same thing. We got to put one in for pin 8. Oh, I didn't copy very good. Highlight very good. Copy, hit right in front of it, hit enter and paste. And then we're going to put pin 8. This is to recognize them. This is to say, hey, I've got something in these two pins, 7 and 8, all right? Down here's the loop, all right? So we're putting this into a loop. But if you notice, we're only going to do pin 13. We're not using pin 13. We're using 7 and 8. So let's change that to 7, and let's change that 7 high and low as well. So now we got pin 7. So if we was to run the simulator, this is what we would get. A very slow blinking blue light, right? So we're on our way, right? So let's stop the simulator. Let's keep finished. The good news is this has already been wrote for us. So all we got to do is highlight it, right click it, copy, and get right in front of here and hit enter and space it so you can tell them apart, pin 8 and 7 and 8 from each other, right? So I'm going to line that back up again. And then all I got to do is go in here and change that to 8 and that to 8. So now when we run it, it's going to be slow, but this is how it's going to look. It's going to go that one, and it's going to do that one, and it's going to do that one. Okay, now here's the thing. We can speed it up. Let's change this 1,000 to 500. Let's do this one to 500. And this one to 500. So what we're going to do is we're going to change all of these to 500 and see what happens to the lights at this point. All right, let's try it out. Ready? Let's go. Now it's in a loop. So it got a little faster, didn't it? It's not as fast as we wanted, but it's not. So let's take another 0 off. Let's make it 50. And we may do it too fast where you can't even see it blink. Because we can make it blink so fast that the lights look like they're on continuously, right? Let's try it now. Woo, we got that blinking good. But I think that's a little too fast, don't you? So I'm going to stop this. I'm going to change it to 80. Let's try that. Change it to 80. This is the place that you should be playing around with the code. Arduino's IDE is a little bit more difficult to test it out. This you get an instant. So we we changed this to 50. All these from 50 to 80. And let's try it out now. Let's press start the simulator. And this, like I was trying to say, this is where we should be experimenting with, because you get an instant result here. It's not so easy on the IDE. You have to download it and then all that and run it. So it's easier to work the bugs out here on this TinkerCAD when you're recording when you're setting up your Arduino. All right. But other than that, basically what I was doing with code, you would do with the actual IDE and mess around with it to try to get it just right. But the good news with TinkerCAD, we get an instant result through simulation. And let's try it out. Let's simulate it. And that's pretty good. That's a pretty good blink, I think. So I'm probably going to leave it right here. And later on, when I actually try it out and it doesn't seem like it's good enough for me, then I can come back to the TinkerCAD and do the steps I'm about to show you and upload it and do some more tweaking, and then take it to the IDE for the Arduino and upload it there, okay? And one of the things you might want to learn to do is copy this, because sometimes you lose that. And so if you've been working on it and if you've got a big program, I'll show you a little app that you can save it on and you can go back to it later. All right. So the next step is I've got the code. I copied it. So put this down. Now I'm going to open up the IDE, the Arduino. All right. The IDE for the Arduino. And one of the things we're going to do is this little blue cord we're going to need. All right. So we're going to plug it in to the port and then plug it into a USB port. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to find me a USB port. In this case, I'm going to have to unhook. So I've got our USB port over here on the other side. I probably should have set this up a little better when I'm doing this. And you might want to do it too, because you don't want to touch that port with your fingers. Any of that with your actual fingers, because that would be bad. And I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm going to show it to you. But my lights already came on. All right, they're bright, but they're not blinking. I mean, they're blinking, but they're blinking really fast, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. And it says a new version of Arduino is available. Would you like to upload it? Right now, I'm not going to, but the next time I will do that. Okay, now open it wide open. So you get, like I just did, have a big screen of this. The good news is you're not going to need any of this that's there. So delete all that. So make sure all that is gone, because any of that's left on there, it will cause you some failures, all right? So Control V, if it worked right. I did something wrong. Okay, there it went. I did something. I don't know what I did, but it wasn't. Oh, I got to hurry is what I did. Right. But you could do Control V. Right click for some reason doesn't. I'll show it to you again. Highlight it, delete it, and then see. I try to right click it. Oh, it's working now. But if your right click doesn't work, you can always do Control V, which is paste. All right. So I'm looking at this. Everything's still the way it should be. But here's a couple of things we're going to have to do. One, we got to see if it's actually recognizing our Arduino. So we're going to have to go and look to Tools, and right down here where it says right here, make sure it's got the right board you have, which in our cases it should be the correct board. All right. It's Arduino Genuine Uno, all right? And make sure you have that there, all right? And then port. If you notice, when you come over here, you'll see, you'll find a port. All the ports will be empty except for the one that your Arduino is hooked up to. And so this one says, there's one my Arduino is hooked up to. So here it is. Okay, now, we got two buttons here, to verify and to upload. You verify first. It's going to go through the code, and also you need to save it. So find a place in your on your PC. In my case, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to, I guess right now, I'm going to put it under my documents and save it there. And I'm going to put Police Lights 2020. All right. I'm going to put AG so I know what class it was for. And then we'll hit save. And then it's going to go through down here. If you go look down here saying compiling sketch, if everything goes correctly, there won't be no red or anything here. So we're waiting for it to compile. And for some reason, my computer's been running slow today, so just be patient. But again, we're going to click on verify, and then we're going to do upload. So it's compiling sketch right now. So, and I may have to do it again for some reason. Look, see, now it looks good. If this wasn't in the way. So it says it looks good. The sketch was sport space, whatever. And it says it's compiled done. So now we're going to upload it. Right? Once it uploads, if you could see your Arduino, I'll do it again. Now you see my lights? Look at them. The police lights are doing good. They're awesome. And I'm going to turn the light out in a minute so you can see it. But I want you to see what the Arduino does when it's uploading, if it's doing correctly, all right? So when I hit the upload again, watch what this yellow light does. See how the yellow lights flashed? I don't know, you might not have saw that very good. Let me try that again. All right, try it again. Upload. See how those lights did? That tells you right there that it uploaded your code. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mess with the code on the IDE again. And let's make it a little bit slower. I'm going to go up to 90. I'm going to change those boxes again. Make it 90. We were 80. Now we're 90. All right. Then I'm going to verify again. And if you'll walk down here, it's done. Now it's doing it a lot faster. And then again on the light, you're going to watch it flat, that yellow light flash. It flashed, and then now my lights should slow down, and they did. All right, it's hard to tell. It wasn't very slow. I only slowed it down, sped it up a little. I mean, slowed it down a little bit. All right. Now let's see what it looks like with the lights out. Isn't this awesome? Looks like real police lights.